Aloha everyone, welcome to today's class. Today we have week 9 of our 10-week Power Yoga series, and for today's class we're going to be focusing on mostly building upper body strength. So building strength in the shoulders and in the core. All you're going to need for today's class is your yoga mat and maybe a towel or some water on the side. But other than that, feel free to give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment after class, and I'll go ahead and see you guys on the mat. So I'm going to try things a little bit differently today. And yeah, the mat is going to be oriented this way. And let's just see how that treats us. So again, just having the camera facing directly so we get better connection that way. We have finding a comfortable seated position on your mat. If you have a bolster or anything to prop your hips up over your knees, you're more than welcome to do that. Otherwise, just settling in to your body, settling in to your breath. Just taking a moment to check in with yourself and see what brought you to your yoga practice today. Seeing what brings you onto your mat in this moment. And seeing what purpose this yoga practice is serving for you here. And my intention is that this serves as a practice as a break or as a relaxation, as a shift to anything that you've experienced thus far today. Just allowing yourself to really de-stress, to move, to breathe, to sweat, and to shift the trajectory of the remainder of our day so that we continue to have a great day. So with that being said, we're going to start off with a little bit of pranayama, a little bit of breath work, and then from there we'll go ahead and we will get moving. We're going to be focusing on strengthening most of the body today, moving a little bit slower throughout our postures for some slightly longer holds, really just focusing and concentrating all of our energy with each posture. So with that, we're going to start with 6-second inhales, 6-second exhales, just to start increasing our lung capacity. So settling into your breath, lengthening through the spine, shoulders rolling back and down. Allow the gaze of the eyes to gently come at the point between the eyebrows with eyes closed. And on your own here, just take a few clearing breaths out of the mouth, just releasing any stale air. The air that we breathe, it nourishes the muscle, but it also, on a subtle level, can pick up information. So just releasing and becoming empty so that we can fill ourselves up from that space. And then with our next inhale, we're going to inhale through the nose for a count of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to exhale through the nose for a count of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And to 6, inhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And exhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And exhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Expanding through the belly. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And exhale through the belly and chest for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Few more here. Inhaling belly then chest for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And exhale exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Adding a hold at the top for the last 2. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold the breath, lengthen the spine, roll the shoulders back and down for 3, 4, 5, 6, and exhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Last one. Inhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold the breath at the top. Root the sits bones into the earth. Lengthen through the crown of the head, chin to chest for 4, 5, 6. And then exhale, slowly release for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Take a full in breath through the nose. Full out breath through the nose. And allow the breath to flow naturally here in and out of the nose. Settling in. Starting off with a little twist here. We're going to inhale the arms up overhead, draw the shoulder blades back and down, and then as we exhale, use your core to twist to your right here. Right hand can come to the back of the spine, left hand can come to the top of the left knee, or the right knee, excuse me. Keep the spine long here, keep the core active, minimize the weight on the hands. Breathe fully. And then with your next inhale, hands come back up overhead. As you exhale, use your core, twist to the left. So starting to feel your core activation here. Lengthening through the spine. Left hand behind you, right hand outside of left knee. And then with an inhale, meeting back to center, hands reach up, lengthen up. And then as you exhale, we'll go one more time, twisting to your right. Use your core to lift yourself up, to twist your belly button a little bit further towards the right. Full breath. And then with an inhale, hands reach up towards the middle. Exhale, twist to the left here. Lengthen through the spine, engage the core. Twisting to the left. And then with an inhale, hands reach up towards the center. And then as you exhale, cactus the arms slightly here. Continue lifting through the spine and through the sternum, through the heart bone, through the chest bone. Cactus the arms. Inhale, reach up once more. Exhale, cactus the arms back. Spread the fingers of the hands wide. Last one here. Inhale, reach up. Lengthen up, ground the sits bones. Exhale, cactus the arms back. Inhale, hands reach up. And exhale, release the hands down into your shins as you round through the upper back. Countering the movement. Doing a few spinal flexes from here with an inhale. Pull the chest forward. Open the chest. Exhale, round through the back, chin to chest. Again, inhale, chest forward, gaze up. Exhale, chin to chest, round the back. Last one, full inhale, chest forward, gaze up. Exhale, round the back, chin to chest. Inhale, come to center. Exhale, release here. Beautiful. From here, we're going to transition into our tabletop pose. So, coming onto hands and knees, finding our tabletop position. We're going to go ahead and bring the palms face down, fingers facing towards yourself. I'm doing a few more cat-cows here. Inhales, belly down, gaze up. Exhale, round to the back. Inhale, belly down, gaze up. Exhale, round. Inhale, belly down, gaze up. Exhale, round. Last one, inhale, belly down, gaze up. Exhale, round. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, release. Keeping the hands facing down towards yourself with a little bend in the elbows now. Just starting to rock forward and back. You can keep the toes tucked under here. Stretching through the bottom of the feet. You can take some small circles with the hips here as you bring the fingers facing outwards and just getting into some hip rotations, getting into some wrist rotations, and switching directions. Feel free to get as much of your body into this movement as you'd like. And then coming back to center line. From here, we're going to bring the palms facing upwards, fingers towards yourself, and then curling the fingers inwards. Take a few breaths here. You can take some circles here as well. Just really working into the wrists as much as we can here. Showing them some love and some care. And switching directions. Beautiful. And then final wrist stretch here. We're going to bring the palms facing upwards, fingers facing outwards. This is pretty intense on the wrist, so minimize how much weight you're putting onto it. But from here, you can keep the palms facing upwards, hands open, or if you still want a little bit more, you can close the hands into fists. If you still want a little bit more, you can start taking micro circles here. Send breath here. And as you're done finishing up, switching directions, if you took some circles, find your way back, stretching through the fingers. We're going to come sit on the tops of our feet, bums towards the heels. We're going to take the hands, interlace the fingers into fists, and we're just going to start taking some figure eights, infinity signs here. And then switching directions. And then shaking it out side to side, front and back. Just really releasing through the wrist. And then we're going to tuck the chin towards the chest, taking the peace fingers. We're going to massage the medulla oblongata, so the space where your skull meets the back of the neck. Just massaging in a circular fashion here. That tends to be a point where tension tends to accumulate and tension tends to concentrate, especially, if you're doing a lot of, spending a lot of time near the computer or on your phone or just thinking a lot. This tends to get blocked up. So, and then massaging it in the opposite direction. So massaging it can help increase focus and overall concentration. And you can even start, scratch a little bit around the scalp, massage a little bit around the scalp, and pull at the ears. So this is something, you can pull at the ears from top to bottom, bottom to top, just all around, just essentially stretching the skin of the ears. This is something that our teachers had us do in massage therapy school. Whenever there would be kind of like a lack of focus, it's just a good way to reboot the system and to bring a little bit more focus into what we were doing. So, great. And you should often feel with the ears some heat being released, It's not often that we massage our ears, so whenever we do start really tending to that skin or that cartilage and start stretching it out, we find that, it releases some heat and some tension. So finding our way back into our tabletop, we're going to tuck the toes under and we're going to hover the knees about an inch off the mat here. Just starting to feel the core engage. Feel the tailbone tuck under, lengthening through the pelvis. Keep creating length in the spine. Activation through the hands and through the legs. Steadiness of the breath. Feel the heat and the energy start to circulate, start to flow throughout the body here. Beautiful way to just start inviting heat. We'll take another breath or two here. And then on our own time, we're going to go ahead and straighten through the legs, making our way back into our downward facing dog. So, first down dog of the class, giving yourself a moment to pedal out the feet, to wiggle the body, taking whatever movements feel natural to you here. Then just warming up a little bit here through the core. With an inhale, we're going to roll ourselves forward one vertebra at a time, coming into plank pose. And then as we exhale, tuck the tailbone, hips back, down dog. Inhale again, roll yourself forward one vertebra at a time, plank pose. Maybe come onto the right fingertips. And then exhale, release the right hand down as you send the hips back. It's a down dog. Inhale, roll yourself forward, plank pose. Maybe come onto the left fingertips. Exhale, release the left hand, hips back, downward dog. Inhaling, hips forward, plank pose. Come onto the right fingertips. Maybe come onto the left fingertips. So really pressing through the fingertips into the earth here. Pressing the fingertips down and rounding through the upper back. Core is engaged. And then maybe making your way back into your down dog on your fingertips. Releasing the right hand down, releasing the left hand down. With an inhale, rolling yourself forward into plank. And maybe tapping the right hand towards the left shoulder. And hold here for 3, 2, 1. Release the right hand down. Shift your weight subtly. And then left hand onto right shoulder for 3, 2, 1. Release the left hand down, hips back, down dog. So you may find that, one
side is more challenging to do the other, and that's why we do both sides, so we can bring balance into every part of the body here. We'll do that once more. So inhaling, rolling forward, shoulders over wrists, trying it on our fingertips. Left hand comes into a fingertips, right hand into the left shoulder. Really press the fingers down for 3, 2, 1. Release the right hand down, left hand comes down. One more side. Come onto the right fingertips, get a good gripping. Shift the left hand to the right shoulder for 3, 2, 1, and release the hands down. Come back into your downward facing dog. So that was just an optional variation. You can always keep the hands down while you did that last one if it is too challenging. And then from here, starting to walk the feet up to meet the hands, coming to a forward fold near the front of your mat here. Grabbing a hold of the elbows, you can gently sway from side to side, front and back, allowing the spine to decompress here. We spend so much time right side up, so just allowing the vertebrae to release in this new orientation. And then rolling up one vertebrae at a time, allowing the shoulders to come over the hands. Hands reach up, gaze up. Exhale, hands to prayer in front of the heart. Again, inhale, hands reach up. Slight little back bend here. Engage the quads, engage the core. Exhale, hands to prayer as you fold your way forward. Hands to the earth. Inhaling, halfway lift, lengthen through the spine. And then as you exhale, step the feet back into your plank pose. Inhale, roll your weight forward, shoulders over wrists. And then as you exhale, lower your weight down onto your belly as slowly as you can. Elbows slightly grazing the side of the ribs. Take an inhale here, and then as you exhale, press yourself back up, plank pose. We'll go through that 2 more times. So as slowly as you can, shift your weight forward, lower yourself all the way down onto your belly. How slow can you go? Resisting gravity all the way down to the belly. Take an in breath, and then with an exhale, press yourself up. Again, last one. Inhale, roll yourself forward. Exhale, lower down as slowly as you can. Let's see for the last 6 inches. Can we go a little bit slower? The closer that we get to the earth, the harder that it gets. Super slow motion. All the way down to the belly. Great job. Hands stay under the shoulders. Take an in breath. And then exhale, press yourself up and back into downward facing dog. Beautiful. Taking a little breath, a little rest from our hands here. With an inhale, we're going to lift the right leg up, 3-legged dog. And then as we exhale, we're going to step the right foot through as we lower the left knee. Hands come on top of that right knee, setting up for our low crescent lunge here. So just kind of giving ourselves a moment to come back to our breath. Making sure that the right knee is above the right ankle. Actively pressing the hands into the thigh, lengthening through the spine. And then from here, we're going to press our way up into our high crescent lunge. Take a moment to adjust the stance as needed. Right hip pulls back as the left hip pushes forward. Elevate through the spine as you reach the hands up overhead. See if you can feel the shoulder blades go back and down as the shoulders draw away from the ears. Breathe fully into the chest, into the belly. With the inhales lifting up through the sternum and the rib cage. With the exhales drawing the back down and up. Take one more inhale here. And then as you exhale, straighten the right leg, right hands come down towards the earth. Right knee can come towards the right tricep for just a second. And then we're going to slide the knee down towards the wrist. Then up towards the tricep. Down towards the wrist. Last one. Up towards the tricep. Down to the wrist. Inhale, right leg up, three-legged dog. And then flow through your vinyasa here, however that looks for you. Inhaling, upward facing dog. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Beautiful. With an in-breath, left leg up, three-legged dog. As we exhale, step the left foot through. Lower the right knee down. Rise up into your low crescent lunge here. Interlace the fingers above that left thigh. Lift the chest bone, lift the sternum. And as you're ready to do so, strengthening through the right leg, rise up into your high crescent lunge. So just take a moment to make sure that the left knee is directly over the left ankle. Make sure that the feet are hip distance apart. Left hip draws back as the right hip pushes forward. With an inhale, lift up through the spine, reach the arms up. As you exhale, shoulders back and down. Steady the gaze at a single point here. Taking full breaths. Take another inhale here. Exhale fully. Let's see with these last few breaths if we can lift up through the sternum with the inhale. And then as we exhale, we'll release the hands down towards the earth. Left knee comes to left elbow or tricep. And then slide it down towards the wrist. Inhale, slide it up. And slide it down. Inhale, slide it up. And slide it down. Last one, inhale, slide it up. And slide it down. Inhale, left leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale, flow through your vinyasa here. Exhaling, chaturanga. Inhaling, up dog or cobra. Exhaling, hips back. Downward facing dog. Take a breath here. And then with an inhale, gazing forward. As you exhale, step hopper, float your way up towards the front, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, melt and fold. Inhale, roll your way up. Rise up, arms up. Exhale, hands to prayer in front of the heart. Inhaling, transitioning into our Utkatasana chair pose. Find a seat as you exhale here. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands to prayer. We're going to twist to the left here. Hands can stay in prayer here. Making sure that the left knee is in line with the right knee. Sometimes that right knee tends to scoot forward. Push it back. And then starting to shift weight over into the left leg. We're going to start coming onto our right tiptoes, eventually lifting that right foot up. Reach the crown of the head forward as you extend the right heel back, eventually slowly stepping the right foot all the way back. Whoop, excuse me. And then staying in your twisted crescent lunge here for just a moment. Continue shifting the gaze towards the left or up at the top shoulder here. And then using your core strength, lift yourself up, coming into a revolved crescent lunge here. And with an inhale, hands come back up towards center. And then with an exhale, open up, warrior two towards the right side. So left knee pointing forward, right leg pointing towards the right, right toes pointing towards the right. I'll get a little bit sideways here so you guys can see. Allow that left knee to externally rotate. Shoulders to come back and down, creating length through the spine. Take another inhale here. And then as you exhale, reverse your warrior. Keep the bend in the front leg, gazing up at the left hand. Then with an inhale, rise back up into your warrior two. And then as you exhale, straighten through that left leg, we're going to come back into our Skandasana on this right side. And then you can use your hands to shift over towards the left side. Or if you want to work more on the strength around your pelvic floor, maybe you can go without hands. Again, that takes time. So just meeting yourself wherever you are at, allowing the hips to shift back and forth for just a few moments here. And as you're ready to do so with an inhale, rise your way back up into your warrior two. As you exhale, windmill the hands down as you flow through your vinyasa. Inhaling, upward facing dog. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Take a full breath here. With an inhale, gazing forward. With an exhale, step, hop, float your way up towards the front, meeting in a forward fold at the front of the mat. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhaling, melt and fold. Inhaling, roll up, rise up, reach up. Exhaling, hands to prayer in front of the heart. Second side with an inhale, meeting back in our Utkatasana chair pose. Then as we exhale, hands to prayer, twisting over to the right here. Hands stay in prayer as close as best as you can to the center of the sternum. Notice if that left knee is leaning forward, bring them in line with one another. Gazing to the right as you start shifting your weight over into the right leg. Left toes hover, left foot lifts and extends back behind you as you step that left foot all the way back, arriving in your twisted crescent lunge here. Take a moment to adjust the stance as needed. Active and engaged through the legs. Hands in prayer in front of the heart. See if you can stack that right shoulder a little bit more open. Crown of the head reaching forward. Full breaths here. Then using the strength of your core with an inhale, rise yourself up to your revolved crescent lunge. And exhale here. Take one more breath. And then with an inhale, we're going to open our way up into our warrior two. Towards the left side. Go ahead and get sideways here as well. So as you settle into your warrior two, left toes pointing towards the left, right toes pointing towards the front. Externally rotate through that right knee. Shoulders roll back and down. Gazing in front of the middle fingers. Steady the breath. Then with your next inhale, reverse your warrior here, creating length through the right side. Keep the bend in the front leg. And then releasing as you come back into your Skandasana on the left side now. So again, you can use your hands, or you can go without hands. Shifting your weight from side to side for a few times. Just opening a little bit more into the hip region. There tends to be so much tension and just so much stuff accumulated in that pelvic girdle, so just using this to create a little bit more space here. Then with an inhale, we're going to rise back up into your warrior two. And then as you exhale, windmill the hands down as you flow through your vinyasa. Inhaling upward facing dog. Exhaling downward facing dog. Take a breath in your down dog. And then with your next inhale, gaze forward. As you exhale, step, hop, float up towards the front, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, melt your way down and fold. Inhale, roll yourself up, rise up, reach up. Exhale, hands to prayer in front of the heart. From here, we're going to draw the right knee into the chest. As you press that left foot down, notice how every action has an equal and opposite reaction here. That right knee can only lift higher the more that we press that left knee into the earth, or the left foot, excuse me. From here, see if you can go without using your hands. Start externally rotating through the knee. See if you can bring that sole of the foot to the inner thigh as best as you can. And then once you've done your best, feel free to help the sole of the foot either to the inner thigh or to the calf. So either calf or thigh. Continue externally rotating through that right knee. Continue pressing that standing foot into the earth. Continue elevating through the chest, lengthening through the spine. Hands can come out towards the side, like you're opening your arms up to receive a big, big hug. Filling ourselves up with so much energy here. And then as you're ready to do so, we're going to transition into our warrior three. So drawing the knee back into the chest. I'll change orientations. Start leaning your weight, your hips forward as you extend through your lifted leg. Hands can stay on the hips to make sure that they're squared. So left hip lowering down, right hip pulling up. Or maybe the opposite for you. Hands can stay in prayer in front of the heart. Take one more breath here. And then on your own time, release the hands down towards the earth, finding your way into a standing splits posture. Now you can stay here for a few breaths, or if handstand or any other inversion is in your practice, now's your time to take a few hops up. So we'll take up to 3 hops up, staying here for a few more breaths here. Give it one last go. And then, as you're ready to do so, stepping that back foot forward to meet the front, coming to a forward fold. With an inhale, lengthen the spine, crown of the head reaches long. Exhale, fold your way down. Inhale, roll yourself up. Hands reach all the way up. Exhale, hands to prayer in front of the heart here. Just give yourself a moment to reset. Notice any subtle or apparent differences between the two sides of the body. As you shift weight over into the right leg, start drawing the left knee into the chest. Continue creating length here. And again, just notice where the body starts to find its limitations. So, for myself, it's my hip flexors that are affecting the mobility of my knee drawing closer into my chest, as well as the mobility and in my hip flexors on that standing leg. So I'm just prioritizing meeting ourselves where we're at in this moment, breathing into that space. And then again, on your own time, externally rotate through that left knee. Do your best to bring that left sole of the foot to the inner right thigh. And then once you've done your best, help yourself up. Manually bringing it to the inner thigh or to the inner calf. Continue pressing down through that standing leg, spreading the toes wide. Continue externally rotating through that left knee. See if you can continue lengthening through the spine, lifting up through the chest, opening the arms out wide, spreading the fingers out wide. Steady the gaze at a single point of focus. For an added extra challenge bonus, you can try closing the eyes and just seeing how that affects your presence in this pose. Beautiful. As you're ready to do so, starting to transition into your Warrior 3, starting to release that left foot, hinging through the hips, finding your way to your Warrior 3. You can work with a bent leg on that standing leg to start. You can manually square the hips, lengthen through the spine, lift up that lifted leg. Last breath. And on your own time, release the hands down to the earth. Standing splits on this side. Take a breath or two here. Now you can stay in your standing splits, or again, if you took inversion practice on the other side, maybe building off of that or having a better look on this side. We'll take about 3 hops here. In your whatever posture it is that you're taking. Give it one last go. Woo! And sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't, and that's okay. And then meeting yourself back in a forward fold at the front of your mat. With an inhale, lengthening the spine. Exhaling, hinge and fold. Inhaling, rolling up one vertebra at a time. Hands reach up. Exhale, hands to prayer. Inhale, open the feet out wide as the hands reach up. And then as you exhale, hands to prayer, sit the hips down in between the legs. Lower your weight down onto your butt here. So we're going to take one round of boat pose here. So just working with bent legs or working with straight legs. Prioritizing lengthening through the spine, elevating through the chest. Shoulders rolling back and down. Smooth breath here. And then for one round, we'll extend the arms overhead, feet out in front. Just full body, full line of energy here for 3. Shakes are welcome, 2. 1, and then rise your way back up. Bring the soles of the feet together. Interlace the feet with the hands. You can gently rock the sits bones from side to side, just getting some good gripping from down under. With an inhale, lengthen the spine. With an exhale, hinge and fold. Melt your way down. So actively pressing the outer soles, the outer edges of the feet into the earth. Actively externally rotating through the knees. Consciously breathing into the belly while keeping the spine long here. And then rolling up one vertebra at a time. We're going to come into one twist before we find our way onto our back. So extending the right leg forward. Left leg crosses over right, shift, weight over towards right side. Right toe of the foot comes back to your bum. Left hand back at the base of the spine. Inhale, hands reach up. Exhale, twist here. Keep lengthening through the spine. Working your gaze back towards the back shoulder here, maintaining integrity and length of the spine. And releasing what you got. Coming back to center, little counter twist here for a sec. And then release the crossing of the legs. You can give it a little bounce if you want. You can windshield wiper the feet from side to side, shifting your weight if that feels good to you. Then we'll switch sides. So bringing the right leg over the left, shift towards the left. Left foot bends back towards the butt. Right hand base of the spine. Inhale, hands reach up. Exhale, twist here. Coming into your seated twist on this side. Continue hugging the knee in, or any other variation that serves you in this moment. And prioritize keeping both sits bones rooted down on the earth. Prioritize lengthening through the spine and twisting towards the back shoulder here. Another breath here. And then releasing wherever you're at. Uncrossing through the legs. Bouncing the knees, windshield windshield wiper the ankles from side to side. And when you're ready to do so, we're going to find our way onto our backs. So finding your way onto your backs, hugging the knees into the chest. Give yourself a little rock from side to side here. Just gently massaging the low back. And releasing the soles of the feet onto the earth. We're going to do one round of bridge with some glute lifts or some hip dips. So tips of the fingers grazing the heels, that's how far you want the feet away from the body. And then with an inhale, we're going to lift the hips all the way up. Press the tops of the hands into the earth. And take a breath here. With an inhale, dip the hips down low so that they hover barely off the mat. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower, hover. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower, hover. Exhale, lift. Two more. Inhale, dip. Exhale, lift. Inhale, dip. Exhale, lift. And then inhale, lower your way all the way down as slowly as you can. Beautiful. Once your sits bones are down on the earth, go ahead and windshield wiper the knees from side to side here, just gently massaging the lowermost discs. Releasing through the low back. And then eventually allowing the knees to fall over towards the right side. But an option here is you can cross the left leg over the right and then allow the knees to fall over towards the right side. Just getting a little bit more into the hips here, or you can go without the crossing of the leg. Allow the gaze of the eyes to come over towards the left side here. Breathing in and out. On your own time, coming back to center, we'll go ahead and switch sides, uncross the legs if you haven't crossed, and then opposite leg can cross over on top. As you let the knees fall over towards the other side here, bringing the gaze over the left shoulder here. Just allowing the legs to release. Allowing the shoulders to release. Allowing any gripping of the face to release. Allowing any holding on through the nostrils or the breath to release. Allowing yourself to soften and be fully present as you are here. As you are held by the earth beneath you and around you, slowly start to make your way back towards center, uncrossing the legs. And you can windshield wiper the feet from side to side. That feels good. Or just taking any final posture here before Shavasana. You can take any inversions that you like your shoulder stand cloud pose. You could come into happy baby. Just taking whatever posture you would like here as we make our way towards our Shavasana. And as you're ready to do so, I invite you to settle into your final resting pose. I encourage you to open the feet as wide as you can. Open the arms out as wide as you can, taking up as much space. Just allowing the breath to flow effortlessly and naturally in and out of the nose. The gaze of the eyes can rest gently at the point between the eyebrows with eyelids closed. Allowing the breath to flow naturally, soothing every muscle, every part of your being. As the energy that we've cultivated flows, radiates, and nourishes us here. Taking rest for a few moments. Gently coming back to your breath, back to your physical body, inviting movement back into the toes, into the fingers, reaching arms overhead and the feet out in front. And rolling onto either side, using your bottom arm as a pillow, allowing yourself to rest here for a moment. And keeping the gaze inward, gently pressing yourself up, lifting up one vertebrae at a time. Nice and easy here. Settling back into your seated posture here. Simple cross-legged position. Take a moment to connect back to your breath here. Just noticing any subtle differences or apparent differences and shifts from when you first stepped on your mat. And bringing the hands to pray in front of the heart. Just taking a moment to express gratitude towards yourself for making the time to show up on your mat. giving yourself a pause from everything else going on in your life. It's truly an honor to be able to practice with you. Thank you for allowing me to guide you in this practice. We end by saying the highest light in me sees and honors the highest light in you. Namaste.